The Lowy Institute Pacific Aid Map 2025 was launched today in Honiara. Sharon Anau reports.
The Lowy Institute Pacific Aid Map 2025 was launched today here at the Heritage Park Hotel in Honiara. The report comes as major donor partners of the Pacific Island countries sees major cuts in their aid budget. The report looks at financial assistance delivered by the donor partners across the region. Speaking to local media, Pacific Aid Map 2025 co-author Riley Duke says the report major findings is that while global aid is tightening, the Pacific region is relatively protected from these cuts. That's largely because a few major partners, especially Australia, which provides about 43% of all development assistance to the Pacific, are maintaining or even slightly increasing their support.
The map itself is this tool that takes all of the development money that comes into the Pacific and we make it easy to understand. And we get all the money that Australia provides, that the World Bank provides, that little partners and big partners provide, and we put all of it onto this big database. The big story that we've had this year has been that lots of development partners to the Pacific, some key ones have said that they're going to cut back on aid. So we wanted to do work to say, what did the outlook look like for the Pacific? And the simplest version of that story is that the Pacific is actually going to be more protected from global aid cuts than probably every other developing region in the world. And that's for a few reasons, but the main one is that the Pacific has a few very big partners, and those partners aren't cutting back their aid. So Australia provides 43% of all of the development support to the Pacific, and its support is going to be stable, and it's going to have some growth, on top of its aid budget through some big infrastructure projects from another part of the Department of Foreign Affairs. The outlook is looking more cloudy when it comes to development partners, the multilaterals, because if on the horizon, if the United States, for example, if it cuts its support to those organisations, then we're going to see a tighter financing outlook.
Meanwhile, Australia's Deputy High Commissioner to Solomon Islands says the report helps governments and the region to know where the aid donors are spending their aid.
So first of all, not all donors publicise or are transparent in what assistance they provide to partner countries. For some donors, you don't really know what they're doing. They don't put that on their website. So the report helps governments, institutions, civil society and the people of the Pacific have a clearer understanding of where the aid is going, by whom and under what terms. And second, by improving the transparency of donor expenditure, the Pacific Aid Map promotes greater donor coordination, elevates accountability for funding flows, and provides a basis for evidence-based decision-making and policy debate on development cooperation.
Ministry of National Planning and Aid Development Coordination Permanent Secretary says the report confirms data already with the ministry.
I think this presentation too has been useful in a way that has reconfirming some of the data you may finish the country, also donor support, also recent review below national development strategy blumi, and shown that about 60% below development budget blumi and financed by donors for the past 10 years. So I'm shown that one too. I think thirdly is that what you may look in this time is decline, global decline low donor partner support, especially decline low US government support, New Zealand, UK, but Australia I'm still maintaining support there.
The annual Pacific Aid Map by Lowy Institute was launched in 2018. It is a comprehensive database tracking official finance flow by donor partners into the Pacific region. Sharon Anau for SIBC TV.